back to Femme Fatales. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Emma. And this week we're talking all things musical theater.
Yes, we have a lot of fun topics to talk about this week, like our personal favorites, dream roles, typecasts, and a ton more.
Yes, musical theater is the thing that brought us together. And I can't believe that we haven't talking about it. It's taken us, 2 months now? This is episode 8? Exactly 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a long time. We haven't talked about it yet.
No.
Yeah, so let's get into it.
Yes, let's get into it.
Awesome. So most people who've done theater for as long as we have, we've both done it for about, I think
10 years was June.
I think I'm in 13 years now, something like that.
So it was 2011, so I was 10.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, for me it was 2008, so 12 years.
Yeah, 12.
12 years. So for people like us who've done theater for forever.
13, right?
13? No, 12.
2021.
Oh my gosh, you're right. It is 2021. I keep thinking it's 2020. We're 6 months through 2021 and I'm still over here like, it's 2020. Oh gosh.
So yeah.
It's late. I had a brain fart. So sorry.
So what are some of your dream roles, Gabby?
I have a lot.
I do too.
So, and they're a little all over the place. And some
Same
are for
with
like,
me.
Yeah, and some are for like now, and others are for like in the future, like way in the future.
The only ones I put on my list are like now.
Now, okay. So I have a few for now and a few for in the future.
I have one that I'm aging out very fast, and I'm nervous.
Uh-oh. We'll get there.
Yes.
So the first one on my list is going to be Mimi from Rent. For those of you who don't know, which is almost everybody, Rent is one of my absolute favorite musicals ever. And y'all can't see it, but Emma's over here like, yes, girl, yes!
Yes.
And I don't know, I love Mimi. I love her attitude. I love the sass. I love everything about her. She's just my favorite. She's been my favorite for probably...
I love Mimi.
Maybe 7 years? So a long time.
And the live action Ahsoka plays Mimi in the movie.
Yes, that is right. Yeah. Rosario Dawson, she plays Ahsoka in Mandalorian.
Which is
and she
so
plays
weird
in
to
movie.
watch that movie now, knowing
that it's Ahsoka.
Knowing that it's Ahsoka. I watched it with some of my friends, and I was like, that's Ahsoka. What is she doing?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't particularly like Rosario Dawson as Mimi. I actually prefer Renee Elise Goldsberry as Mimi. She was in the 2008 filmed production of Rent, so it was the last live showing of Rent on Broadway that they filmed, and it was this really special event, and I own it on iTunes. It is my favorite movie. I watch it all the time.
I got to meet Adam Pascal, right? Speaking of
I have too.
Wait, we both have?
Yeah, I met Adam Pascal, and...
Was he wearing the red shirt and khakis that he always wears?
Yes. Yeah, I met Adam Pascal and Anthony Rapp. They did a show here in California at Martini's Above 4th.
Okay.
It doesn't exist anymore, sadly.
Adam Pascal taught a student, workshop and then did the student showcase with the community theater I performed with here, Wekiva River Players.
Oh, nice. So that is way better than mine.
We got to perform Seasons of Love with Adam Pascal.
Honestly, I love Rent. That song is overrated.
It is.
It is so overdone. It bothers me.
Same.
Anyway, the next one I have, of course, with the new In the Heights movie coming out, I had to put her on here. My girl, Nina.
Have you seen the movie?
I have not. My mom and I are waiting to see it together. We just haven't had a time to do it together.
I saw it.
Hopefully by the time the podcast comes out, we will have seen it.
Okay.
So that'll be 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Oh, Nina. Yes. We're waiting to see In the Heights together. I love Nina. I have done everything I know for a showcase for my vocal teacher.
Which I'm so mad they cut that from the movie.
I heard that they cut it for the movie, and I'm so upset.
They also cut her mom.
Right? And Camila's, so important.
Though... I kind of like the changes that they do to her story.
I haven't seen it yet, so I'll have to see. I'll let you know how I feel about it. I'll probably text you in all capitals being like, I don't like it. but we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe that'll be a podcast episode whenever you actually watch.
Yes, we will definitely do it. Next, I have Bonnie from Bonnie and Clyde. Yes. Very fun. Yes. Love her. I've been obsessed with Bonnie and Clyde for a long, long, long time. Maybe since sophomore year of high school when I think it first came out.
Same.
Yeah. And then I watched the movie, the one with Emile Hirsch. You know the one I'm talking about?
I didn't know there was a movie.
There's actually two. The first one came out in the 80s or in the 60s. Now I can't remember. Wow. But it came out a while ago. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking the one that came out in 2013 with Emile Hirsch and oh shoot, what is her name? It's not technically a movie. It's actually a mini series with 2 episodes, so it's like 3 hours because they're each an hour and a half long.
Is it still the musical?
No, it's not the musical. That's the thing. It's actually
with Emile Hirsch and Holiday Granger.
Yes, thank you.
No problem.
That one with Holiday Granger. They do fantastic. It's amazing. I love that one. It goes way more in depth, like into their backgrounds and into the story. It's really good. Okay, so next on my list is a total like 180 from Bonnie, but still kind of in the like badass lady territory. I have Elle from Legally Blonde. Yes. As I've mentioned before, I have played Paulette, but I just want to play Elle really bad. I mean, I would kill to play Paulette again, like as an adult. I loved playing Paulette, and I think she's also a freaking badass. So, also great. My next 3 really are going to be like future adult roles.
Okay.
I have May Tuck from Tuck Everlasting, of course, one of my faves, my faves. I have Mother from Ragtime, and I was in that show when I was like 12, and I played the little girl, which was very fun. I love the music. Ragtime is like one of the most beautiful shows. Beautiful. It is and beautiful. If you haven't listened to it.
It is not.
It's not done enough. No, it's not.
And it bothers me.
Yeah. The one of the theaters here in Vista, California was supposed to do Ragtime. It's Moonlight Theater. They're a super like prestigious theater, super professional. I've heard of them. They're fantastic. Their shows are beautiful. One of my friends
of them from all the way over here in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah. It's a big deal. Yeah. One of my friends was cast in their production of Once on This Island. They close on the 3rd. So, yeah. Their shows are gorgeous.
Beautiful show, Once on This Island.
But Ragtime, they were supposed to do Ragtime, and I auditioned for it, and then COVID happened, and so it never really happened, and it was really sad. And then the next one I have is going to be Nancy from Miss Saigon. Ooh. I think that's her name. Right, that's her name, right?
I'm pretty sure that's her name.
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure that's her name. It's the lady that like Chris goes back to America and marries. She has some really pretty songs.
Here, I'm looking that up for you.
Thank you. But yeah, I saw, which one was
Ellen.
it? Ellen. Oh, I was totally wrong. Shit.
I also thought it was Nancy though, to be fair.
Right? She seems like a Nancy.
Yeah.
But it is Ellen, you're right.
There is a role on my list whose name is Nancy on my list.
But yes, Ellen. That's her name, not Nancy. She seems like a Nancy, though. From Miss Saigon, I first saw that show maybe 3 years ago. I've never seen it live. I've only seen the recording, the one with Eva Noblezada.
I even haven't seen that. I haven't even seen that.
That one's really good. The one with Eva Noblezada is beautiful. It makes me sob every single time.
She's just an amazing performer.
Oh, she is. She's like my idol. I want to be her.
Same.
Plus, she and I have like the same voice type, so it makes it very easy for me to audition for things that she's been in because I just find other things that she's been in.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Okay. Next, I have a few that I could fathomably play now because some of them are in high school. Some of them are in like college-ish, I would assume.
Yeah.
Although you don't really kind of know. Anyway, so the first one is going to be Veronica from Heathers. I love her. Another badass babe.
There's a local production doing it. like in my hometown soon, and I'm so mad that I might not be able to go. It's gonna be in like a black box theater. It's gonna be very immersive.
Ooh. I love when they do Heathers in like a small theater and it's really intimate and like it's so dark and like in your face, and I love it.
I wish I could see it. I might be able to. It's just, it's like the week before my classes start in the fall. It's the weekend like right when move-in would be.
Ooh.
So
not fun.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to, and I'm sad.
Bummer. Yeah, and then the next one is Morales from Chorus Line.
Yes.
Another Latina lady. Love her. Next I have Louise from Gypsy. So there's a few classics in here.
Yeah.
Right? Ragtime isn't technically a classic, but it's kind of classic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Gypsy. Gypsy is fantastic. I love her song when she's all confident and she's like doing the strip, and it's like beautiful, and I love it. Next I have Lucy from Jekyll and Hyde.
Yes. What's the other girl's name? The alto.
Emma?
Emma. I want to play Emma. Can we just do Emma and Lucy together?
Can we play Emma and Lucy? Yes. We'll sing In His Eyes together and like blow our voices out because that song is so freaking difficult.
I know, but it's so pretty. She's not on my list. She's not on my list. She's not
Jekyll
added to my list because of you.
Good. Yeah, Jekyll and Hyde is like, okay, it's beautiful, but nobody can sing it.
No, and
it's so
there's
hard.
a theater so it's a little town called DeLand, Florida, and they do like Broadway caliber shows there. It's called the Athens Theater, and they did Jekyll and Hyde, and it was amazing.
Yeah, like you have to have like crazy talented actors to be able to do.
Well,
Jekyll
the guy
and Hyde.
who played Jekyll and Hyde in their production was like Valjean a few years earlier when they did Les Mis.
Oh,
like he is a powerhouse.
Yeah, you gotta be, because you can't do that show without good actors. We did it in high school. I was already on tech. I wasn't in the show. But it just, oh gosh, it was not that good. It's not good.
It's not a show you do in high school.
No, it is so hard.
Speaking of shows you don't do in high school, I just remembered another one of my dream roles.
Okay. Then next I have Carrie White from Carrie. I've been in Carrie before, but I've played Norma, but I would love to play Carrie. I was in like the last round of callbacks for Carrie. They had us do the scene with Margaret and Carrie, and I didn't do it quite right. Plus I was talking to the director after like casting was finished and everything. At our first rehearsal, and she was like, the reason we wanted you as Norma is because we did the scene in the gym class, when the teacher makes all the girls apologize to Carrie.
Yeah.
And in the script, it says Norma is like distracted on her phone. So I whipped out my phone and I was sitting there texting, and the lady who was playing the gym teacher, she was all and I was like, and I was just like so incredibly sassy and just like annoyed that I had to apologize to this Carrie White who ruined everything, right? So that's a fun story.
I have a character from Carrie on my list too.
I saw. And then yeah, so it was just a really fun time. I loved doing that show for all of my friends who I did Carrie with. I love all of you guys. I had a great time. I miss you all so much. We need to do something. Okay, we're into my last few, and then I just thought of another one when I saw you add it to yours because I also want to play that role.
Oh, yes.
So I have Katherine Howard from Six. That's a newer one, right?
I also have a character from Six.
Yep. I love her. I just love her. I love her song. I would also like to play Jane Seymour from Six. Her song is really beautiful. I just don't think I can do it. I'm not serious enough to do it. I'm much more of the flirty, like, hey,
You see, and I know we're gonna get more so into typecast later, but like I'm always typecast as the comedic character, so I'm like Anne Boleyn, my girl.
Yeah. Kay Howard is.
She has some dramatic moments, but like,
Mm-hmm.
She's more so known for her comedy.
Yeah, I think they're kind of in the same boat, Kay Howard and Anne Boleyn. Just different aspects. Like, Anne Boleyn is very much more, like, out there comedy, whereas Kay Howard is like, hey, that was funny. And you're like, oh, wait, that was funny. Right? Like, she says something and you're like, oh, wait, that was a pun. That was really good.
Yeah.
Yay. And then I have Zoe from Dear Evan Hansen. I'd love to play her.
This is bad.
And then the last one that we both have on our list, so this will be perfect segue, is Mrs. Lovett from Sweetie Todd. Yep.
I recently had the opportunity to audition for Sweetie Todd. It's actually in the same theater that's doing Heathers in the Black Box Theater.
Nice.
So Black Box production of Sweetie Todd.
Sweeney. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I unfortunately was not cast. No hard feelings. I understand. But
you would have killed it though. Just saying.
I might see it next week when I go home. I don't know. Haven't decided yet.
We'll see.
But another Sondheim role that I'd absolutely love to play is Baker's wife in Into the Woods.
That made me think of another one. We're going to be doing this the whole time.
I know. Okay. What's yours?
Cinderella from Into the Woods.
Yo, you and Ashley both need to play my Cinderella at different points, because she also wants to play Cinderella in Into the Woods.
I got you. I auditioned and I got like halfway there for Little Red. I ended up getting cast as a stepsister, and then I dropped that show because I wanted to do Legally Blonde instead.
I did Into the Woods was when I was an assistant stage manager for it, and that was fun. It was me and one other girl, and as the two stage managers for the production, so we got to play Snow White and Sleeping Beauty in the Act 2 finale. So that was pretty fun. They like full on got us in Disney princess costumes.
I love it.
For like 5 seconds. They're not on stage all that long.
No, they're not. It's the 2 seconds at the very end, right?
Yes. We the better to keep, the better to have. I don't know what the princess said.
Whatever.
And then it's excuse me, and we're off stage.
That's it. Yeah. 2 seconds.
Another Disney princess, kind of segue perfectly into it, is, well, she's not really Disney, but she's now
kind of Disney.
Well, she's now owned by Disney, but Anya and Anastasia. Love the songs that they add for her in the stage show. Love them. That's all I have to say. Audrey in Little Shop has always been one of my dream roles.
Audrey is a fun character.
Yeah.
I would be down. Like, if somebody's like, hey, do you want to do a production of Little Shop? I'd be like, I'm down.
And what's funny is, so my cousin Bennett, he also does theater, and his school actually did Little Shop his senior year, because he was like, he went to like a performing arts middle school and like did their like puppeteer track for a while there. So they were like, let's do all the puppet shows we can at that school his like last few years. So they did like the school edition of Avenue Q, which is not good.
Lame.
It's not good. But he was Princeton in that, and then he got to be Seymour his senior year.
I love Little Shop.
And his girlfriend was his Audrey. It was so cute.
That's adorable. Yeah, I would love to do Little Shop. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And then, so this is a classic musical. I think the movie for it came out in the 60s, so the musical is way older than that. Is Oliver, based on Oliver Twist. I've actually been in it before, and I played Bet, but I'd love to play Nancy. And it's funny, because Bet, she's pretty much Nancy, but without the sad, abusive husband plot.
Fair.
Because, like, so Nancy and Bet kind of, like, follow each other around stage all of Act 1 and most of Act 2. It's just, like, Bet is kind of always there, like, being the good friend for her friend, or being the good friend to Nancy, and, like, picking her up when Bill hits her, or other stuff like that happens during the show. Whereas Nancy has, like, all the sad ballads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like in Carousel. What's the main girl's name in Carousel?
Oh, I don't know, but yeah, it's exactly the Carousel situation.
Dude, I don't even like Carousel. I saw like half of it one time, and I was too bored to finish
the entire movie because my theater class in high school, so our freshman year, we got to watch Sweetie Todd as like the musical theater introduction to that segment, and then I think my junior year it was Carousel.
Carousel's freaking boring. Yeah, we almost did it.
But
so
the guy who played Jekyll and Hyde and Valjean at that theater, he was my theater teacher, and he loves Carousel for whatever reason.
Sorry, Emma's theater teacher.
It's fine.
It's boring.
I might see him next week when I see Les Mis. But it's fine.
So tell him I say sorry, but it's
because he's the director for the Les Mis my friends are all in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'd also love to play Penny in Hairspray. I'd also take Amber, but Penny, please.
Same. I would take either one.
I would take either one, but Penny, please.
Yeah, I auditioned for a professional production of Hairspray here. I didn't make it past the dance call, but I tried.
The dances in that show are complicated.
So hard. Yeah,
I did a Broadway review, cabaret thing recently, and our closing number was "You Can't Stop the Beat."
Yeah, it's freaking hard.
It's a hard song.
We learned maybe a minute of "You Can't Stop the Beat," and it was so stinking hard. And with ADHD, I'm like, I need to stand in the front so I can see what's happening. I can't learn it from the other people around me. I have to see the instructor. And in a dance call with, 80 people, it's really hard to get towards the front. So it was so difficult for me to focus on the steps.
Yeah. So I'm going to go a little bit out of order on my list because I want to talk about one. So you mentioned how you want to be Elle in Legally Blonde.
Yes.
Can I be your Paulette?
Dude, yes.
I have also been in Legally Blonde, but I was in the ensemble when I did it. But then I also got I don't know if you remember the guy's name, but it's Winthrop. He's the main
the Harvard guy.
Yeah, he's the main Harvard guy, the one that is
I don't want to let her in.
I don't want to let her in. And then is welcome to Harvard. Got to do that. I was also the TV reporter for the book
for the trial, right?
Yeah, for the Brooke Wyndham trial. It was on day 3 of the Brooke Wyndham murder trial, whatever the line is.
Yeah.
But both of those were fun, but please, Paulette. I was it was between me and the other girl for Paulette.
Oh, super close.
No.
Yeah, playing Paulette is really fun.
Yeah. Another show I've been in and have already mentioned a few times, Les Mis. I was in the ensemble when I did it. I will take 3 roles, but my dream role in the show is Eponine. But I will also take Fantine or Madame Thénardier. I
would honestly be any girl in that show. I could play. I would take Cosette. No, I just don't want to do ensemble again. Oh hell no. But I'd take Eponine. I'd take Fantine. I'd take Thénardier. I'd take Cosette. I don't care.
And then my Carrie character, because I know I mentioned how I also had a Carrie character on mine, is Sue.
I see it. You were totally a Sue.
I definitely am a Sue. So last Halloween, last October, I did a bunch of spooky musical, closet cosplays, and Sue Snell was one of my characters. I did.
Yes. This year we'll have to do stuff from it. You be Sue, I'll be Chris. Let's do it.
Yes.
Or we could do Sue and Carrie, or we could do a bunch of other stuff. It'll be fun.
Yes. I put some Star Kid shows on my list.
That's fair. I don't know Star Kid enough, like I said, way earlier.
And what's funny is Lauren Lopez played both of the roles that I have on my list. One is Emma in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, which is hilarious because she does not sing at all in that show. Except for
it's your name.
3 or 4. It's also funny because it's my name. And then Zazalil in Firebringer, which is the main lesbian cave woman in that show.
I love it. Yes.
I love it. I have used so many freaking sounds from Firebringer for Emra. Not just because she is a lesbian in the show. Not just those kinds of sounds, but like just in general.
In general?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good show. And then like other ones. I know that I mentioned how I have one that I'm aging out of. But luckily for me, there's a local production happening next year, like in May of next year. So I might have a chance to audition. I'm nervous though. Is Liesl Von Trapp in The Sound of Music.
I see it.
Luckily, I have a young face, so I can look 16 for.
I don't think I'm pale enough to be in Sound of Music.
Other ones include Anne Boleyn in 6. I know I mentioned that earlier, but yeah. And then Eurydice in Hadestown.
Same. Yes, that's another Eva Noblezada role. Yes,
we love
me
her.
too. Love her.
Love her so much. And then my last two are both like kind of the same role, just in different shows. I feel like it's Katherine Plummer in Newsies, and then Portia in Something Rotten. I love Something Rotten. I'd also take B in Something Rotten. I would just take any of the two women in that show.
I don't really know Something Rotten that well.
I have seen Something Rotten. It's probably one of the shows I've seen the most.
That's not the one with the song that goes like this, right?
No. That you're thinking of Spamalot.
Yes, thank you.
But same kind of
They're so
show.
similar.
Yeah, same kind of show. I'd also love to play Lady in the Lake in Spamalot.
Me too.
But Something Rotten is the two brothers that are trying to write the next Shakespeare hit.
That's right. I remember this now.
I got to see the Broadway touring cast with Adam Pascal playing Shakespeare.
Yes. That's the song. That's where God, I Hate Shakespeare is from, right? Yeah.
But Portia, she kind of has a star-crossed lover kind of situation with one of the lead guys in the show.
Cute.
He's a poet and she's the daughter of a priest.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah. And then B is the like feminist wife of the other brother. She sings a song called Right Hand Man, which I've actually gotten to perform for a charity thing with my friend. And
nice.
He and I did it so well. And it's funny because our dream roles are the other couple in the show, yet we sang that role.
The song. Yeah, that's really weird.
Why? Well, because I was trying to find a solo and I couldn't find one that I liked except for that one. And I was like, hey, Rory, can you learn like 5 lines for me? Because he doesn't sing in the show. He's just like, you can be the man because I'm the man. And she's like, if you're ever in a pickle, you could call for me and quickly how fast I'll run.
And that sounds familiar. I think I've heard it before.
It's a sound on TikTok that I've used a lot.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah. So I know I mentioned a little bit of my typecast. So do you want to talk about your typecast?
Yeah, for sure. I think I mentioned it too. But yeah, I'm usually cast as like the sassy bitchy girl who's like the sidekick to the main mean girl.
Which is funny because I'm like the ditzy comedic young best friend to the lead girl, but like not the main girl, but like the Penny Pingleton or the Bet type.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So
you're like Penny Pingleton
opposite,
and I'm like,
and you're like
Amber's
best friend.
Yeah, whoever that would be.
One of the Courtney Collins
that's
girls.
another. I would love to play Amber's mom.
Yes.
She would be so fun.
Wait, what is her name? Velma Von Tussle?
Velma, yes.
I think that's what it is.
She's so fun.
Yes.
I like her song. What is it? Miss Hollywood Grand? Is that what it is?
Baltimore Crab.
Baltimore Grand.
Crab. I don't know.
I thought it was Grand.
Hold on.
I thought it was Grand.
Miss Baltimore Crabs. The Legend of Miss Baltimore Crabs.
I thought it was Miss. Oh wow, I'm way off. I haven't seen that show in forever though, so cut me some slack.
That movie is good though. The one with Zac Efron.
Oh my gosh, the one with Zac Efron is fantastic. And
except I hate how they do Without Love in that one.
Yes, I agree. Also, I like the actress who plays Mrs. Von Tussle in the movie, but I like Kristen Chenoweth just a little bit better.
Same, especially like her and Dove Cameron.
Right? Playing mother and daughter yet again.
I was just about to say that.
They literally look identical.
And I don't know if this is controversial or not, but because Penny is such a big dream role of mine, I kind of don't like how Ariana Grande played her.
I didn't like her either. I thought she wasn't that good as her.
My thing with Penny is she doesn't start belting until she's in love with Seaweed and has kind of come out of her shell.
Until Without Love.
Right?
When she does until the seaweed, or what is it? Now I've tasted chocolate and I'm never going back. Yeah.
Sorry, Kara. This is going to be a lot of singing. I hope you know that.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'm either, like, usually, like, the really sassy, bitchy friend who doesn't get, like, redemption at all. She just is always the sassy, bitchy sidekick.
So, like, Duke?
Like, who?
Heather Duke?
Yes.
Another great one.
Or so, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it's nice to see that, like, with social media and, like, TikTok, we can have a lot more different people playing roles that, like, we've never seen them in before, you know?
So, I know both of our lists have had traditional musical theater roles, but what about those TikTok musicals? I mean, we're both admins for the Clone Wars musical.
I mean, admittedly, I haven't worked on it a ton recently. I mean, I've been working on some stuff, but, like, just, like, not in the past few weeks.
Same, because I've been, like, writing AUs and, like, short stories for Emra, kind of getting to know her character more, especially with her sibling, and kind of, like, trying to figure out her whole backstory pre the show.
Yeah, and I mean, I have another musical that I've been working on by myself for about 2 years now.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not very good. It is still in the very baby stages because I started out one way and then I didn't like it because I thought it was too similar to Rock of Ages. Ooh, Sherry, Rock of Ages, another one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It was too similar to Rock of Ages, so I scrapped it all and started over.
You see, my friends and I, we were trying to write, like, a book series together, and a lot of the characters and a lot of the, like, storylines, like, really work. But I think I've been trying to figure out how to make it into, like, a play or, like, a musical of some sort.
Hit me up if you need help. I got you.
It's very D&D, so, like...
Yes, I got you then.
Okay,
yes.
It's, like... I'll explain the story later. We can keep going on, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
But for the Clone Wars musical, I wrote a song not too long ago for Satine, and it is such a beautiful song. It's basically her singing to Obi-Wan why they can't be together. And
I love Satine and Obi-Wan's relationship. I think that was Ashley's favorite ship. I think that's what she said in this week's episode when we're recording. So 2 weeks from now for you listening.
Episode 7.
Yeah, episode 6.
6. Right, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love them. And it's such, I think, okay, I have a knack for writing just, like, randomly pretty melodies, and then it just kind of happens where they just turn out really pretty.
Yeah.
Not to, like, toot my own horn or anything. I just think they're really pretty, and they make me really happy. And there's a Satine song, and then I wrote a reprise for Obi-Wan after she dies.
You and, what is it, Liv? Dealing with absolutes or dealing in absolutes.
Yeah.
I don't know what her TikTok is.
I think it's dealing in absolutes.
I think so too. That sounds right. It is dealing in absolutes. But she did the My Duchess song.
That song also, oh, ouch. I love it.
I have duetted it with my Gingerbread Obi-Wan cosplay with me singing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I also wrote this other really heartbreaking song. I'm really good at writing sad songs.
You see, and then mine are, like, just weird moments.
But I wrote this other really sad song with Amy, who's also an admin, for Padme, like, right before she has Luke and Leia, like, right after the whole thing on Mustafar, and she's like, like, it's so freaking sad. And it's basically about how, like, she can't change Anakin and how she wants him to be, like, there for his kids and he's not gonna be there. Like, one of the songs is, Okay, and she goes, she basically blames herself. She's like, my love isn't strong enough to shield you from their scorn. And then she says, my love isn't like wide enough or something like that. It's the same. It's my love isn't blank enough. She goes, my love isn't whatever it is enough.
That's kind of like for one of my songs.
Okay. But listen to this. Ready for this? She goes, my love isn't blank enough for you to see your child be born.
Gabby.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. And it's so good. I was listening to it by myself crying when I wrote it. Like, I was just sitting there like bawling because I was like, this is so beautiful. It's so sad. And in the reprise, she sings it to Obi-Wan as she's dying. And she basically says, what did she say? She says, I'm leaving soon. Please promise me you'll watch over Luke. Just let Annie be. Yeah. And then she says some other stuff, and then she dies. And he's like, no! And it's really sad.
You're making me cry.
I'm sorry. It's so sad. But it's really good,
both of mine are kind of sad too, not gonna lie.
The sad stuff is fun.
Yeah, so I have only written lyrics. Our good friend Alex said that he would be composing the background tracks, so like he and I are kind of working on that together.
Same. I can't do the music for crap. I can do the melody.
I can like transpose music from like what I've heard, but I can't write my own. No,
me neither.
But one song takes place at the end of season 5. It's funny because I have a Star Wars women calendar, and I'm about to talk about Ventress, and she's just staring at me now.
She's just like ominous breathing.
Yes. So season 5, when Ahsoka is on the run, like it's the moment when she teams up with Ventress, and it's a song called "Fallen from Our Path," and it's when Ahsoka is trying to team up with Ventress, being like, I've fallen from my path just like you have, and kind of comparing herself and her situation with Anakin to Ventress and her situation with Count Dooku. And then there's a reprise to that Ventress sings when Anakin's trying to figure out who actually framed Ahsoka.
Ooh, interesting.
Because, she has the whole like, I've fallen from my path just like your Padawan has. You left her behind, like that whole moment. That's where the reprise is.
Oh, that's interesting. I like it.
Yeah. The other one is a song called Trust, and that one is actually not in the actual Clone Wars season 7, but it's in the original plotline that was supposed to be made in like 2008 when the original Clone Wars season 7 was supposed to come out. And there's a scene between Anakin and Obi-Wan talking about Ahsoka's decision, and Anakin mentions, like, what if he ended up being a major disappointment just like Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan says, that will never happen. Like, lucky for us, that will never happen. Which is sad, because people will use that audio and, like, tie it into Mustafar with the, I have failed you. I have failed you.
I don't like it.
So the other song is a duet between them talking about trust, and like, trust in me, like that won't ever happen, because I think the line that ends it, hold on, because I know I wrote it in. So I'm your Padawan just as Ahsoka was mine. How well would you sleep knowing I failed you is what Anakin says. And Obi-Wan says at the end of that, not very well, I imagine. Luckily, that isn't true. It never will be.
It hurts my heart. Speaking of this, reminded me of this other song that I started working on that I scrapped and then I kind of reworked. But it's a quartet, and it's called the Fate Quartet between Padme, Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan.
Please, I love quartets and musicals. If Only and the Quartet at the Ballet are two of my favorites.
I love At the Ballet. I also love going back to Tuck Everlasting, one of my absolute all-time faves.
Yes.
Time Quartet in that song, in that musical, is beautiful.
I mean, love If Only so much from The Little Mermaid. That one's so good.
Mm-hmm. Also, it's not a quartet, but Who I'd Be from Shrek it's a trio, but also beautiful. Right? When they sing, I wanted that same vibe, you know, when they all sing different lines, but it works so well together. Right? When Shrek's doing the main, that's who I'd be, that's who I'd be. And then Fiona has the, and I know who I'd be.
I love musicals.
Right? I love music. Music is so beautiful. Now we need to make a playlist where it's like all-time best quartets, and we're just going to sit there and listen to it and cry.
Yes. Would you consider Colder by the Minute from Frozen a quartet?
I haven't listened to Frozen stage
Okay,
play.
so the only reason I'm like, would you consider it, is it starts off with like a little ensemble bit, like, and like Colder, but then it goes into a quartet between Hans, Elsa, Anna, and Kristoff, and it's the moment like right before Anna's about to freeze. Actually, the song ends with Anna freezing, saving Elsa.
Okay, that's epic. Yeah, that's definitely a quartet. I mean, Who I'd Be starts with just Shrek singing.
Yeah, true. But like
another beautiful quartet.
Yeah.
Secret Garden.
Yes.
The quartet from Secret Garden.
I'm trying to think of others. I know
Also
that this
beautiful.
isn't part of our thing, but what's your favorite Act 1 finale? And you can only choose one, or else we're going to be here forever.
No. No.
Fine. Top 3.
Okay, top 3, easy. In the Heights, Blackout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
Who
is
I'd
so
Be,
good
Shrek.
in the movie.
I've heard the audio where it's the Ustavi all night, you barely even dance with me.
Don't make me laugh.
Don't make me laugh, I've been trying all night, you were shaking your ass like half in the Heights. Yes. It has been stuck in my head for forever.
Same.
That one. And then
wait, so Who I'd Be is on your list?
Who I'd Be, yeah. Who I'd Be, Blackout, and oh shoot, what's it called? See my name up on that list. Na, 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 na,
So Much Better.
na, na. Thank you. That one. So Much Better from Legally Blonde.
I'm gonna be basic with at least one of my answers and say One Day More from Les Mis. You looked at me like, oh my god.
I like Les Mis. I don't really love it. It's just okay.
I love Les Mis.
I've done it too many times.
I've only done it once.
Seen it.
I've seen it a lot.
I did it twice, and then my high school boyfriend did it, and he was Valjean, and he was not that good. But my friend who played Eponine in that production went on to the 2019 Jimmys, so
that's cool. Yeah, I recently got to listen to a little snippet of my friends perform the end of One Day More from like when Marius is like, my place is here, I'll fly with you.
Oh, yes.
That part. That's the part of One Day More that I'm like, that is my favorite Act 1 finale. From that
does
on.
give me goosebumps. I also liked it when I really like Helena Bonham Carter. I thought she was really good as Thénardier.
Yeah, she was. Who was the guy who played Master Thénardier?
I have no idea. I thought he was weird. He creeped me out.
Yeah.
I only watched it for Helena Bonham Carter and Amanda Seyfried and Anne Hathaway.
Very true. And I love how I'm looking up Act 1
finales
right now. I should not have asked this question.
What are some other really fantastic Act 1 finales? What about Newsies? What's the Act 1 finale for Newsies?
It's
I know the opening of Act 2 is King of New York, but I can't think of what the Act 1 finale is.
Yeah.
Is it World Will Know?
No.
I
think it Seize the Day?
No.
Oh, it's Santa Fe.
Oh, that's right. Nah.
No.
I love Santa Fe. I love Jeremy Jordan. Not the best Act 1 finale.
Here's the thing. I do not like Act 1 finales that don't have the full ensemble.
That are solos? Same. It bugs me.
Same. So that one is not on my list.
I mean, I like So Much Better because it's all about Elle, but the ensemble is still in it, you know?
Yeah.
They still get to do the...
I'm trying to think of more.
Yeah. But, I mean, Who I'd Be, I guess, doesn't have the whole ensemble either. But it gives me goosebumps every single time. I, can't not listen to it and, try to sing every single part at the same time.
Yeah, true.
You know, it's one of those things where it's like the
I thought of another one, and I love how I've brought up Something Rotten twice in one episode.
Go for it.
Bottom's gonna be on top from Something Rotten. Mm-hmm. So the brothers in it are called Nick and Nigel Bottom. So it's a pun.
For a second, yeah. Oh, okay.
This Bottom's gonna be on top.
Got it.
Yeah.
But for a second, I thought you were gonna say Nick and Knack, and I was gonna be like Princess and the Pauper.
I love Princess and the Pauper.
Dude, me too.
And I know I just said I don't like Act 1 finales that don't have people in it. Or, like, just one person in it. Mm-hmm. However, I have 2 now. Because I'm, like, looking at, like, playlist. A Little Priest. Sweetie Todd.
Yes. I love A Little Priest. And I love Epiphany, too. Epiphany, every single time, gives me goosebumps.
And then the last one I'll go with is it's from Spies Are Forever, which is a Tin Can Brothers musical. Mm-hmm. So, like, not Star Kid.
But similar.
Well, it's, like, made by 3 members of Team Star Kid. So it's, like, a branch of Star Kid, I'd more so consider it. And it's called the Torture Tango.
Okay.
It's spies. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, how could I not remember La Vie Boheme? Oh my gosh.
How did we both forget La Vie Boheme? Hold on.
I mean, it's technically it's technically interrupted by what's the song?
Oh, I don't know.
Desire starting to learn. That one?
Yeah, that one.
Whatever that one's called.
But the Torture Tango is a trio, kind of like Who I'd Be fashion, and it's the, like, main villain of the show. The main spy, and then, like, the femme fatale kind of, like, Bond girl. The fan fatale. Another one I just thought of is You Will Be Found from Dear Evan Hansen.
Yes, I did a sign language show in high school, and we signed You Will Be Found. And for, like, the video part, we took videos of our classmates all signing all the different parts of You Will Be Found, and it was beautiful.
I got to
and it made people cry.
So for a charity performance, the student ensemble, we got to do You Will Be Found as our, like, large group number. Mm-hmm. And it was my senior year, and there were always 2 senior girls that did it, so we kind of got to split up the Zoe Murphy little solos together.
Nice.
Which was always fun.
That is very fun.
But yeah.
Speaking of Zoe Murphy, you know who was in a TikTok musical recently? Yes. Andrew Barth Feldman, who was the 2018 Jimmy Award winner, who also played Dear Evan Hansen on Broadway.
At the age of 17!
Yup. Who also played Linguini in Ratatouille, the TikTok musical.
Yes. That is definitely
See how I segued that?
Yes. I love how you segued that.
Yes.
Which is definitely the most arguably famous one of the TikTok musicals.
I mean, it was, like, the most known, and it was, like,
it was charity, the first one, and they raised so much money for the Actors Fund.
Oh, totally. But yeah, I mean, it had so many famous actors in it.
Yes, and
I mean, of course, like I already mentioned,
Andrew Barth Feldman, Wayne,
who also won the Jimmy Awards with Renee Rapp of Mean Girls.
Yeah, who played Regina George.
Regina,
for those of you who don't know, and she
wasn't the original.
No, and
she was like one or two
now
after.
In High School Musical, the series. I forget his character's name,
but it's Andrew Barth Feldman. Who cares?
It's good. And there's another Evan Hansen alum in that show too, playing
No
Howie.
way.
Yeah. For those of you who have seen the show, because I guess one of the main characters, his family owns a pizzeria, and one of the main delivery boys, I forget the actor's name, but his character's name is Howie in the show, but he was Andrew Barth Feldman's understudy.
There we go. 2 Evan Hansens.
Howie.
Also, Wayne Brady from Whose Line Is It Anyway was also a part of Ratatouille.
Yes.
And he was so into it. I loved how into it he was. He was, like, the most into it out of anybody in the cast. And I was here for it. He played the dad so good. Plus, I love Whose Line Is It Anyway. Zach and I watch it all the time. We love him.
Yes. So the actor's name is Roman Banks, who plays Howie in the High School Musical, the musical, the series. It was gonna bother me if I didn't look it up.
Same. But yeah, we love Wayne Brady, and then, he was fantastic.
Since I'm already on High School Musical, the musical, the series, Wikipedia, Andrew Barth Feldman's character is named Anthony. I'm just gonna put it in chat, and you can try to guess how to pronounce it. Okay. I know he's a French foreign Anthony. He's a French foreign... Anton? I don't know. He's a French foreign exchange student, so he does a French accent the entire show.
Anton. I don't know. That was so Italian.
I don't think...
like, pizzeria. Like...
I don't think he said his name once, like his character's name. It's just been like, oh, look, it's the side guy to the main girl.
Okay, fair.
But
yeah. But aside from Andrew Barth Feldman and Wayne Brady, I mean, there was Adam freaking Lambert who sings with Queen.
Yeah. And then
we also
Kevin Chamberlain, who
I love him.
He wrote the song that he sang, didn't he?
Yes, he did. The Anyone Can Cook. Yeah. He did the Anyone Can Cook. Anyone Can Cook.
So for those of you who do not know who Kevin Chamberlain is, you probably know him from Jessie.
Yes, he was
Bertram. And then he was the original Horton, the elephant, in Seussical. Yes, and he's also in the Prom movie.
Yes, he is.
I forget his character's name, but he's
Me too. Like, I saw him in it, though.
But he's the press guy for the two divas.
Yeah,
the two diva
I know
Broadway
who you're talking
people.
About. Yeah. I love him, though. Kevin Chamberlain. And he's on TikTok, and he's so sweet and nice to all of his fans. He's very nice.
Yes.
There was also...
Oh, he was also Uncle Fester in the Addams Family.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Also Titus Burgess, who played Remy.
He also played Sebastian on Broadway.
Yes, in our notes, I was like, I do not remember the actor's name, so I'm going to put Broadway Sebastian. Can't think of his name.
And I was like, it's Titus Burgess.
I'm exposing myself very hard.
Dude, it's okay. I only knew because I was looking at like a little list of everybody who was in it.
I was going off memory. I was like, Andrew Barth Feldman.
I know, she put it in all caps, you guys. She was like, Andrew Barth Feldman, my love of my life.
I am a very big stan of Andrew Barth Feldman for one reason only. He's a year younger than me and was on Broadway and won the Jimmy Awards. Maybe. And now he goes to Harvard. That's where he's going for his undergraduate.
I'm sad. I can barely get into undergrad school here. Like, I can barely get into a UC. Out of high school, I could barely get into community college out of high school.
And he also went to the same high school that, what's-her-face from Beetlejuice went to. Presley Ryan.
Presley. Oh, yes. I like her.
Yeah, I do too.
I like her much better than Sophia Ann Caruso.
Same.
Sophia Ann Caruso is just kind of like, Then
Ashley
there was
Park.
two more. Yes. I love Ashley Park.
She played Gretchen in Mean Girls.
Yes.
And then who Gabby put in all caps, Andrade Shields, who plays Hermes in Hadestown and was the original Wiz in The Wiz.
Yes. And his voice is amazing and it's beautiful and it's so unique and you've never heard it anywhere else.
Yes.
I love his voice.
Yeah. And another thing that I really loved about the Ratatouille musical, and I wanted to make sure I wrote it in to our notes, and she watched me, is that for the charity concert benefit thing that they did for charity, they had
the charity concert benefit thing that they did for charity.
It is 1 a.m. My time, Gabby. Do not call me out. It's fine.
I'm just calling you out a little bit. It's fine.
They had a 20-piece, all-female, majority women of color Broadway orchestra performing all the music.
Yeah. Which is super rare.
Really rare. It's usually like maybe 1 or 2 women in an orchestra, let alone people of color.
Entirely 20-piece female orchestra. That's like
I wanted to make sure, especially because we're a female-led podcast, we, like, our whole thing is about, you know, just showing us being our geeky side, and
showing that women can be nerds too. Because I am one.
So,
for sure.
Yes.
But aside from Ratatouille, there's also the Bridgerton musical, which I am obsessed with.
Same.
Abby Barlow and her writing partner Emily Bear have been writing it. Yes, their music is fantastic.
Yes.
The most notable songs are Burn For You and Ocean Away. Burn For You takes place during Simon and Daphne's honeymoon. If you've seen the show, you know exactly what time they're talking about, because he literally says in the show, I burn for you.
Yes.
And it is like such like a tense like moment. And then Ocean Away is during the like last ball of the season, which they host.
Yes. And it's Bridgerton, the TikTok musical, is based on the Bridgerton Netflix show, which is based on the book The Duke and I by Julia Gwynn, and the whole Bridgerton series, because I know that the second season is going to be whatever the Anthony Bridgerton one. And I wanted to mention this because I'm a massive Star Kid fan. Darren Criss is reported to be in the album that is being currently recorded.
Yeah, he's recording it with Abby and Emily right now. And the album is
playing. I sent you that video. I was like,
yeah, I saw it. I don't know who he's playing. I know a lot of people speculate that he's playing Simon, but a bunch of people are like, we don't know.
I really do not want him to.
I don't know.
I'd rather him play one of the three Bridgerton
the brothers.
Yeah.
I think he should play Colin or Anthony.
Great Colin.
I don't know. I like all of the brothers. They're all really, really cute. I can't remember.
Really
Benedict.
Like
that's the other brother's name.
I really don't like Anthony.
Anthony's kind of a jerk. I like Colin the best.
Yes.
Oh, the Penelope Featherington song also is so good. Like
when I used to cosplay Eponine from Les Mis, I actually did that song as one of mine, and it was her being like,
it totally fits.
Yes, it does. Because it's like never
totally
as fits. Also, Eloise's song. Eloise is a dream role of mine from TikTok.
Oh my gosh.
I love Eloise.
I think mine is Daphne.
Yes.
Not gonna lie. I want to play the ingenue.
I know.
I never get to play the ingenue. Let me play her once.
Eloise.
But I could also play Penelope too. I like her.
Yo,
I love her
if you
song.
and I did Eloise and Penelope together.
TikTok ideas. We need to be writing these down.
Oh my God. We have a podcast. We'll write them down later.
We can listen to this 100 times. Yeah.
And then the last one I wanted to kind of mention, because I've seen it a lot on my For You page on TikTok.
And I haven't seen it at all.
Really?
No.
So it is Epic, which is based on the Greek epic The Odyssey by Homer, which tells the journey of Odysseus on his way home from Greece after the Trojan War. It is made by Jorge Rivera Herons, and he has been working on it for over 2 years.
Sounds like me with Saturday Nights.
Yeah, so
which I haven't touched.
He's been writing it, and the most well-known song, at least the one that I know the most, is a song that he wrote for when Calypso meets Odysseus and he wakes up and she's trying to get him to stay there. I don't know if you know the myth.
Not really.
She's like basically trapped to live on this island for years on end. And
got it.
She's trying to, get a partner so she's not alone.
Fair.
But he keeps on remembering his wife, and she's like, I have all that you need here.
So she's basically like a siren.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But goddess.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
The nice thing about the Bridgerton musical and Epic is that they're both written by
one person.
one or two people, right?
Yeah.
Emily and Abby are working together on Bridgerton, and Epic is written by Jorge. But for things like the Ratatouille musical, it was written by like a whole collective of people, which makes it really difficult to make it viable as an actual Broadway musical.
Though I did come up with some counters to this.
That's fine. Feel free to discuss away.
I know I've listened to the SpongeBob musical a little bit, which was written by like 50 million people. Like each song was written by someone different.
Interesting.
And it sounds like a cohesive musical.
Okay. I mean, if like a group of people come together and say, okay, we're going to write a musical in this style.
Yeah.
Then that would work. But for things like on TikTok, right, it's really hard for a collective of people to decide on a style of music, because one person can write it in more of a traditional musical theater style, while one is trying to do a more modern, like, pop musical theater style, while somebody else is trying to do, you know, a rock style.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to make it a cohesive piece of artwork when there's a bunch of different styles competing. Plus, there are multiple songs written for various scenes.
Yes, I know that we like, even talked about this with the Clone Wars one with Obi-Wan and Satine.
Yep. Yeah, it happens where there's multiple people who write songs for the same time, and it's
I know
difficult.
that
How
was
do you
a
pick?
huge talk when they were making the Ratatouille, because so many people had scenes, or because they did like the most important scenes from the movie for the songs, and so many people had written songs for that, so it was kind of like pick or choose which one got in.
Exactly.
Though I think like the mix of styles worked really well with Ratatouille, kind of in the same way it does with Mean Girls.
Yeah, I kind of agree, because it gives like
different
each
styles.
Mindset has a different style, right? Like Remy has like the traditional musical theater style.
Yes.
And so does
all the rats.
Gusteau. And well, no, actually,
wait,
not all the rats. No, Gusteau and Remy have like that very traditional style. So it's like they're kind of connected. And then Remy's dad, he has the more swingy, Chicago type style.
I'm thinking of the brother, Emil,
yeah. I love his song too. That one is really good. Yeah. Also, I'm going to spill a little tea. I liked it when Ben sang it better than when Adam sang it. I thought Adam didn't get the vibe.
But yeah, because I think
he didn't get it.
So I think Adam was too cool to play Emil.
Yeah, I think you need somebody so nerdy, and I think Ben was perfect for it. When he wrote it, I was like, he should play it.
Yeah, like I love Andrew Bartholomew as Linguini, because it's literally like the Evan Hansen character. Like it's perfect for him.
It was so
But
perfect.
I could have also seen him play Emil.
Same. Yeah. That song is fantastic. The rat's way of life.
He actually, I think, has sang it on his YouTube now at this point.
I believe it. The thing with Adam is I think he was trying too hard to sound good. He wasn't really worried about the acting part, which is what makes it sound good. It doesn't have to sound like the most amazing thing ever if you're acting it, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of Adam, I don't know why this is making me like segue into this, because maybe it's because Queen is like a revival now, and he is like part of the revival of Queen.
So
right?
Yes.
I'm the queen of segues today.
Yes. I don't understand this. I'm like, what?
You're like, what is this segue?
So we decided that we were going to talk about what shows we'd love to see revived and which ones we did not want to see revived. And we decided to keep it a secret from each other, just like we did with our Marvel ranking episode. So
and we each have 10.
Yes,
10 for each.
One. I have a very
and they're in no particular order.
My, I will admit I have a very common theme with my not to be revived category.
Same.
I wonder if we have the same theme. That would be hilarious.
Probably a few. But yeah, mine are in no particular order.
Same.
I don't know about Emma's.
Same.
So do you want to do 1 through 5 for should be revived first for each?
Sure.
Okay. So my first one, Mamma Mia. I think we need Mamma Mia after COVID. It is just such a happy, feel-good show. It's what we need.
You see, I went classic with my first one. Guys and Dolls.
I never really got into Guys and Dolls that much. I don't know it that well, no.
My high school did it. And I feel like out of all the, like, classics that haven't been revived recently, it has the most, like, well-known songs. Like, everyone knows Luck Be a Lady. Like, I remember going to Olive Garden and going to the restroom and hearing Luck Be a Lady, like, over the speakers.
Fair.
So, like, everyone knows it. Like, it's very, like, classical musical theater. It's very, like...
It is very classic. I do have a few... do I have any classics? I have no classics.
It's, like, pretty much the only classic I have on mine.
My next one is Tuck Everlasting, because it ran too short. Of course it's going to be Tuck Everlasting. Hello. It was not long enough. The run was too short because it flopped because people didn't see Disney on it. Well, now that Disney owns Tuck Everlasting... they should do it again.
Mine also had a really short close. It actually closed after 4 weeks. It was only open from December 1st to December 30th of 2011.
Whoa.
And it's Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes. I didn't have room for it on here, but yes. I don't know why it got shut down so quick.
It was due to ticket sales and poor critic reviews.
Sad. Because the same thing happened to Tuck. It was a family show.
The same thing that happened to, like, most of the musicals on my list. Because I think there's only, like, 2 that were actually open for a long time. Because I put all the dates.
Oh, I didn't put the dates for mine. I know some of mine were some of the longer running shows on Broadway because they've won Tonys and they were on for, like, years. One of them was on for 7 years. And I'm like, bring it back.
One of mine was never even, like, only one of mine, like, never actually made it to Broadway.
Okay, one of mine is gonna be a revival of a revival. So number 3, I have In the Heights. Of course, I love In the Heights.
Ooh, yeah.
It was one of the longer running shows. It won a Tony.
Yes.
For Best Musical, of course.
So this one is also kind of, I think it came out in 2006 because when I was looking it up, I couldn't find any earlier dates for it. But it's the Drowsy Chaperone, which kind of has that old Broadway feel. I
love the Drowsy Chaperone.
I do too.
I was in it in high school. It was really fun.
I want to play, is it Kitty? Is the Mr. Feltzik?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be down to play the chaperone. I like her. She's just drunk all the time, and I could do that.
Yeah, so that one was...
Also, the man in the chair, that'd be fun to be played by a woman.
Yes. Why does it have to be a man in a chair?
It could be a woman in a chair.
Yeah, just like, I know I was going to put Pippin on my list, but, like, just like, with the revival that they did, they made leading player, because one of the main roles in it is called leading player, and in the original one, it was male, and in every subsequent show...
In the revival, it's a woman.
Yeah, in the revival, it's a woman.
Yes, I've seen that one. Yeah.
Honestly, prefer a woman for that role anyway.
Same. Also, from Drowsy Chaperone, I was understudy for Trix. I would kill to play Trix. I love her. So number 4, Carrie, 2012. Not the 80s one. The 80s one was garbage. The new one. The good one.
So this is the one that I said that never actually made it to New York. It was in San Diego at the La Jolla. Thank you for actually...
The La Jolla Playhouse. Yeah. I know exactly where that is.
And then it closed, and then it reopened at the Paper Mill Playhouse in New Jersey. Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Ah, yes. Yes, that was here at the La Jolla Playhouse for a long time.
I got to see a local production of it, and I cried.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I would love to see it. This isn't even revived. This is just bring it to Broadway.
I think it was the one in New Jersey where I saw it, where one of the actors who was in Spring Awakening, the revival with the Deaf West cast, he also was in Switched at Birth, the TV show. I think. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that one.
Are you talking about the guy that played Quasimodo?
Quasimodo, that was signing.
I thought that was on the West Coast.
Was it? It might have.
I'm not
sure. It might have been an LA production. I'm not sure. But I love him.
Yeah.
I love when they do that. I think it is so beautiful. Sign language is beautiful. Yes. Learn it if you have the opportunity. Yes. It's wonderful. Next, on Broadway for 7 years, over 1,000 shows, one of my favorite musicals of all time, Rent, of course.
Yes.
I just want to see it live. My dad saw it live in New York with my mom, and my dad cried.
I got to see it.
I've never seen it live.
I've gotten to see it live, and it's amazing.
I mean, I saw it live with, like, a local production, but I want to see, like, a Broadway caliber production of it, you know?
Same. Mine is Hairspray for my number 5.
I almost put Hairspray on here.
Though when I was looking up, like, shows and dates and all that to kind of, like, get a vibe for how long some of these shows were on, I saw that West End is set to get a revival opening in September with
That's it, we're going to London.
Yeah, with Michael Ball reprising his role as Edna.
Yep, we're going to London. Let's go.
Yeah, I was like, excuse me? Why isn't the US getting this?
Yeah, let's go. We're going to London.
Yes.
Number 6 for me, Sweeney. We need more horror on Broadway. We don't see it enough. Give me more of the gore.
So mine is Legally Blonde. Yes.
My name up on that list.
I love how we've brought up Legally Blonde so much in
like
this
so many times.
It also ran pretty short. April 2007 is when it was moved to Broadway, and then it closed in October of 2008.
Okay, not too long. Long. My next one, I don't know how long it ran, but I feel like it wasn't that long, but it actually was kind of a long time.
Which one?
Kinky Boots.
That's a good one.
I love Kinky Boots. I love Lola so much.
My number 7 is Little Women.
Oh, I love Little Women.
So Jay, we've been talking about what we're gonna do for Emera and her sibling content for TikTok, and we've talked about a lot of songs from Little Women. So I've been listening to the soundtrack a whole lot.
Some things are meant to be.
My sister and I are trying to my actual real life sister,
little sister.
Yeah. Julia, she and I want to perform that song together.
Yes, it is so cute.
It is so pretty. I love it so much. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, next is the revival of the revival would be Spring Awakening.
Yes.
Venla, that's another dream role.
Mine is the stage production of Sister Act, which is based on the Sister Act movie.
Raven-Symoné was in that one.
In the stage version or the movie?
The stage version. No, not the movie. The movies are old. No, the stage version. Raven-Symoné was in that one.
So I got to see a real great production of Sister Act recently. My choreographer friend from the person who was always my choreographer in high school and is now like one of my friends. She played, what's the main character's name? Dolores, I think.
I know nothing about the show except for the fact that Raven-Symoné was like the main girl.
Well, it's yeah, it is Dolores. She's the one that goes undercover as a nun and kind of like restarts their whole like choir and gets them well known and makes the Sister Act. But my friend was literally born to play that role.
Yes, I love it.
She was so good. And in fact, I am casting her as the lead in the revival.
Do it.
I know that
we have the power. It's our revival.
Yeah, I think that the West End was supposed to get it like a tour of it or something this year. And whoever played it, Dolores in the movie, why am I blanking on her name?
I don't know, but whoever it is, I bet they were fantastic.
But she was supposed to lead the tour and then ended up not. Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? It's Whoopi.
Yeah, I was like, how could I forget? It's Whoopi.
Me too.
What's your last one that should be revived?
There's 2 more.
2 more?
I'm at 9.
I just did 9.
Okay, well, I'm at 9.
Oh, wait, no, I skipped one.
Okay, I'm at 9. So
I'm sorry.
My number 9 is Secret Garden. I love Secret Garden. I would kill to play Lily. That's it.
So this is more, this show is more so known for the movie counterpart rather than the stage show, but I've gotten to see a Broadway caliber version of the stage show, and it's so good. In fact, the Act 1 finale of this show would be on my like top 5 list if it wasn't a solo, but it's Singing in the Rain. There's a stage version of it, and they actually make it rain on stage. It's so cool. I'll have to find a video of the production I saw, because my friend Nate, he got to play
Gene Kelly.
Yeah, Gene Kelly. I don't know the character's name in the movie.
I don't either. I just know it is Gene Kelly.
But he got to play it, so I have a video of him performing it somewhere.
Oh, that's cool.
He played my rooster when I did Annie like 10 years ago. His little sister was Annie.
Cute.
The two of them. They're great.
Cute.
I love them.
Cute. My number 10, big shock, is Miss Saigon. The music, beautiful. The story, tragic. The special effects, amazing. They land a freaking helicopter onto the stage.
Yes.
Like a whole ass helicopter. Like, what? It blows my mind, and I love it. It's so good.
So mine is not that common of a musical. I don't know if anyone really knows this musical. I know it because my high school did it, like my sophomore year of high school, but no one really knows it, and it's called The Mystery of Edwin Drude.
I know that musical.
You know that musical?
Yeah, I had a friend who was in it.
Okay, so for those of you who do not know, The Mystery of Edwin Drude is based on a manuscript of Charles Dickens' book that he was in the process of writing when he
Isn't it a
passed.
farce?
What?
Isn't it a comedy?
Yes, but it's based on a book that he was writing, and no one knows how it was going to end. So it's The Mystery of Edwin Drude, because there's a murder in it. So
and nobody knows who did it.
No one knows who Charles Dickens was planning on having be the murderer. So,
and this? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And in the stage show, there's a whole like thing where you get to vote on which one of 5 people did it, kind of like the Clue movie or the Clue musical style.
It's a different ending every night.
Though if you're my high school, it's the same ending every night because everyone heard.
Boring.
Well, everyone heard that the Crazy Girlfriend one was amazing, and everyone wanted to see that one. So
lame.
Yeah,
they're all fun. You gotta.
They are all
fun.
Good. I would have loved to see more of them, but yeah.
So then we're gonna fly through these ones that shouldn't be revived. We'll give maybe a few reasons, but we are getting low on time.
I have just a little blurb on my main reason for all of these. Okay. So there's going to be a common theme with mine with 5 of these shows. A large child ensemble.
Fair. Fair.
Not only do I think with child labor laws and all that stuff and the stress of starring in a show while being a child and being in school 8 times a week performing in it.
Yeah, that's too much for a kid.
5 of them are Annie, Oliver, Matilda, School of Rock, and Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat with that child ensemble.
My one caveat is that School of Rock is really good.
Yeah, same. I love School of Rock so much. The other ones are because they're really overdone in community theaters.
I think School of Rock can be pulled off with young teenagers.
Same. I don't think it has to be kids.
I don't think it has to be kids. It can be pulled off with kids around
like Andrew Bartholomew.
13 to 17. If you're 17 with a baby face like we are, you could do it.
We're not even 17. We're 20 and can play 16-year-olds.
With baby faces. Yeah, we could play. I could easily play it like a 12-year-old. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Put my hair in braids. I'm 12. So my list is a little bit everywhere, but I'm going to give one little blurb for everything. My number 1 that should not be revived is Music Man because it stole Beetlejuice's theater on Broadway. I am so upset about that.
Yeah. That is now on my list because it made me mad.
So mad about that. That's not cool. I know it's Hugh Jackman, but still not cool.
Sutton Foster.
And Sutton Foster, but still not cool. Angry.
So, other ones for me were I love Grease, but I think it performs better as a movie than a stage show.
I totally agree. I think the stage show is way more boring than the movie is.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of 25th Annual Putnam County.
Same.
And then You're a Good Man, Charlie
Brown
Brown.
On here, and then I was like, eh.
And then You're a Good Man,
Charlie Brown's boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my last one I'll save to the very end. You go through your list because
okay.
Yeah.
So Music Man, because it's still Beetlejuice. Wicked, just because I'm sick of it.
Same.
Wicked had its time in the
it's still
limelight
on Broadway,
too long.
But
no, it had its time too long.
It's
it needs
still
to be
on Broadway, though,
taken
Gabby.
off. I know, it needs to be taken off. Wicked is good. It's fine. Just take it off. It's been too long.
It's the reason I got into theater.
I mean, same, but I'm over it. I mean, actually, mine was Seussical, but whatever.
Mine was Wicked.
I'm over Wicked. Big River, because it's super racist.
Yeah.
West Side Story, just because it's boring and I don't like it.
Yeah. What are your
Sweet
thoughts about the
Charity?
Steven Spielberg remake?
About the new one?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna see it. I don't really care.
I'm gonna go see it because I love the woman who played the Bullet in Hamilton, and she's playing Anita.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. Not on the top of my list. Sweet Charity, it didn't age well. Plus, hookers. That's all you need to know. 6, Cats. Because if you like cats, you're nuts.
Yes.
I know Cats is Cats still on Broadway?
No. I don't think
No?
so.
Okay, good. I was going to say, because if it is, y'all are crazy. When I was looking to go to New York with my family a few summers ago, we were looking, and Cats was one of the only shows we would have been able to see. And I was like, oh, hell no. Big fat no. Next.
Yeah.
Next I said Lion King, unless it's an exact replica of the original.
Yeah.
Because the original Lion King is beautiful, and it has to be done that way.
Is
if
it
you're doing any
still
other
on
way,
Broadway? I
it's
don't
wrong.
even know if it's still.
I thought it got taken off for Aladdin, but I could be wrong. So yeah. I don't know if it closed or not, but if it didn't, great. If you're going to do it again,
resume
don't.
performances on September 14th, 2021.
There we go. So it's still on Broadway, but if they were to take it off and do it again differently, it wouldn't work.
No.
It only works because the puppets are so unique and beautiful. And, oh, what is her name? I remember learning about this lady who did the puppetry for that one. She also did Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. That's another one that never needs to be seen ever again. Thanks, you two. That's in the day when they were having popular musical groups write songs for musicals. And that one was not good. 8 is Seussical.
Okay. Fair.
I like it. It's so overdone by little kids and by youth groups, and it's just.
Though I do want to play Gertrude.
I mean, fair. I mean, it's a fun show to be in.
I never got to be in it.
See it on Broadway.
Yes,
yeah, I never got to be in it as a kid. I don't want to see it on Broadway. No thanks.
Same.
9, I said Millie, just because everybody does it nowadays, and it's so overdone, and it's so boring.
That thing called love.
Yeah, exactly. And number 10, I put Avenue Q because I don't like that show.
No. I like.
Okay.
What's her name?
I like comedy.
I like Kate Monster.
Same. I like Kate Monster's song. That's the only one I like.
I like her too. Yeah.
Yeah. But I like comedy. I like things that are funny. I don't like crude humor. Avenue Q is just too crude. Like 1 or 2 crude jokes is fine. Like if you throw in a penis joke, I mean, I'll probably laugh. But
I mean,
like,
I'm saying this, but then I like Star Kid.
I mean, fair. But if it's the same joke over and over and over and over and over again, I'm over it. And that's why I don't like Avenue Q. It's the same reason I don't like Book of Mormon. It's the same style of comedy over again, and it bothers me because I don't like it.
Yeah, so my last one, it's funny because you mentioned it, Gabby.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
Hey! Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark never needs to see the day of light ever again.
Fun fact, when I went to New York in like 2011, 2012, I think it must have been 2012 because I was like 11 years old. So like March of 2012, I got to see it on Broadway.
Ugh. How was that? Did it break? Did it work?
It worked most of the time. I had the understudy for Peter Parker, and he fell.
Of course. Did he fall in the audience like they have before?
No, so it was during bows, and he comes from the ceiling during bows.
Did he just like...
And he like... No, Mary Jane had to catch him.
Oh my gosh.
It was funny.
That's horrible.
Yes.
Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark is #1 Broadway worst flop ever.
Fun fact, it has a record.
Yep.
Do you know what the record is?
Isn't it for like the show with the most number of previews without actually being a show.
The actual number of previews. So
isn't it like something like wasn't it like 3 years of previews?
Pretty much, yeah. So it set the longest preview, or it set the record for the longest preview period in Broadway history, with 182 performances being previews.
Okay, so that's not 3 years. That's like a year-ish.
Well, here's the thing. So, like, because I have, like, the list of, like, their previews and all that. So, like, Edwin Drude, which ran from 85 to 87, they had 608 performances and 24 previews.
Yeah.
And that's a normal set. It's, like...
Usually there's 20 to 50 weeks. Previews.
Yeah.
50 is a lot of previews.
I'm looking at my list of them, and 32 is the most I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And that is Drowsy Chaperone.
That's fair. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. Excuse me.
In Drowsy,
there's a lot of yeah. I mean, there's a whole freaking plane that has to come out.
Yeah.
So I believe it.
But yeah, it was okay. I got to see what's his face. Patrick Page, is he?
Yes, I love Patrick Page.
I got to see him in it, but I didn't get to see Renee Carvey. Is that his name? Orpheus.
Oh yes, it's Reeve Carvey.
Reeve Carvey. I was close. It's 1:30 in the morning.
It's okay.
It's
close
fine.
enough.
Reeve Carvey. Kara, edit that to make me look good.
Try again. Do it again. Do it again.
So I didn't get to see Reeve Carvey because his understudy was up, but I did get to see Patrick Page. So I got to see one of the two Hadestown guys. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Fan Fatales. Gabby, would you like to tell our lovely audience what we will be discussing next week?
Next week, we're going to be talking about our top fives. It's going to be a whole top fives episode, so we're going to be talking about our top 5 favorite books and movies and songs and a ton of other top fives. And as you heard today, ranking things takes us forever, so be ready for a long episode next week.
Yes. Please subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. We are now on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts.
And remember to follow us at FanFatalesPod on Instagram to get updates for episodes and for the possibility of being in a future episode.
Yes, and our music is by our amazing friend, Maddie Macon.
And our editing is by the amazing and wonderful Kara Linsmeyer.
We love you, Kara.
Yes, love you so much.
And as always, thank you for tuning in. Bye!